kid, and I like to think really big. Would you like to think with me about all the possibilities? Where I think big kids. You could be a doctor or a teacher, or maybe a celebrity. There's no limit to what we can be. Where I think big kids. Where I think big kids. And we like to think big! Hi there, all Think Big Kids. Today we're going to do our first ever interview with Joy. Today we are going to be talking about her career and what she does and different questions I'm going to ask her. Are you ready? Okay. So, Miss Joy, I'm going to ask you this first question. Can you tell me about your job and what exactly do you do?
So I am the Director of Experiential Learning for the Tennessee Board of Regents, and that means I'm also the Skills USA State Director. And what I primarily do is I put together conferences and training for our college students, and I also put together things like virtual Meet the Employer events where employers can connect with students to tell them about apprenticeships and job opportunities.
Well, that sounds like a big job for you. So let's recap. She is the Director of Experiential Learning for the Tennessee Board of Regents. Also, she is a Skills USA State Director. And she also hosts conferences and training events. And she creates virtual Meet the Employer events to connect students and employers for opportunities. Okay, let's move on to the next question. What special skills do kids need to learn to do what you are doing today?
So I began my career as a high school teacher, and a lot of what I do has to deal with education. So I recommend to kids that if you're good in sports or good in a particular subject in class, that you volunteer to help your peers as a tutor or just helping them to practice. And so that will give you skills at becoming a teacher. And also a lot of what I do is event planning. So let's say your mom wants to plan a surprise birthday party for somebody. You could volunteer to help your mom with making the invitations or planning the menu and just hosting the event. So anything that you can do to work on your event planning skills and your teaching skills would be good to start now to prepare for this career.
Okay, we have to do our Think Big Kid checklist. First, volunteer to help your classmates or younger friends with practicing a sport or learning how to read or do math. Second, ask your parents or other relatives about helping to plan an event like a surprise birthday party. And last but not least, practicing teaching and event planning today will help us in this kind of career in the future. Okay, let's move on to the third question. What kind of tools, technology, or equipment do you use for your job?
So I use my computer daily. My computer stays with me all the time. I do lots of Zoom calls, so knowing how to use Zoom and Teams is important. I also make PowerPoint presentations. I also write documents in Microsoft Word, and I make a lot of cool videos, and I use Movie Maker and software programs for that. So knowing how to use your computer and those technology pieces are really important.
Tools that she uses are know how to use a computer, software programs as Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, and Excel, and video making software. Now, here is a quick little extra question for you because I want to see if you can answer it. So, for the bonus question, drumroll please. Is there anything unique about your job that you think kids would like to know?
So in my job, I get the chance to meet all kinds of important people. So people who own big companies, the governor, commissioners, different politicians. I've had the chance to go to Washington, D.C. and meet all of our senators and legislative officials. So it's a lot of times you don't think in education that you'll get to do much outside of the classroom. but depending on where you go with your education career, you can meet all kinds of people and they ask your opinion about how policies should be made and what should be happening in education. So that's a pretty cool feature of this job.
Her job is unique because she gets to meet all sorts of people like CEOs of companies, governors, senators, and other political figures. They ask her opinion about education as they work to make plans and policies that affect kids everywhere.
Well, thank you so much, Miss Joy. But that is all we have for today, Think Big Kids. And remember, think big, think creative, and always be a Think Big Kid.
And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications.